Hi, welcome to another Paintjob show off. Today I've got my new Starcraft style League of Votann. So look at these Einhyr Hearthguard. I painted them up to look all snazzy like Terran Marines from Starcraft. I've also got a Kâhl who doesn't quite have the Starcraft look, but he's obviously, he's got the style to go with him. He's got a bit of more poppy contrasting paint job with the orange jumpsuit under his armor. Similar with the basic warriors, they also got that kind of deal going on. No, I wanted focus. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm gonna paint all of them. Technically, I know the scheme, but I don't know the technique, the order yet. And yeah, I'm gonna kind of try to show as best as I can how I did these. Now, first of all, I base coated them, and I did a little zenithal with them. So I painted them, all of it with this dark gunmetal from Vallejo, a very nice paint. I think this isn't the best version of it, but it's workable. I can't easily get the better one. And for the top one, I've just used this old Army Painter Shining Silver. It's kind of a crap paint, like most of the old Army Painter one, but it's serviceable for stuff like that. So you can see the effect that it's all bright from the top, and obviously the shiny isn't it's wood on the camera, but it's shinier from the top, brighter shiny, and I think that's really important for the armor, because how I do it is I use this ink, dark turquoise Vallejo game ink, which is obviously transparent. That's what acrylic inks are like, and I put it over the metally parts that are supposed to look to be blue, to be the armored parts. It's just one coat, and or else it would be it wouldn't let the shiny through. It wouldn't have the metallic look, and that's it for the biggest part. Then it looks like obviously you gotta do the details, but it looks, you could put them on the table and say it looked semi presentable. And then everything else is just detail work. Obviously, I've got the gun. I put some Army Painter Speed Paint Grim Black on it, and then I put some dark shade. I think usually I use null on, but doesn't really matter on the rest of the metal stuff. Or I also put dark on the wiring, the cables, and yeah, I put some dark shade on the metal stuff. I also paint some these details. This knotwork. Um, where do I have the pot? Ah, here it is. Oops. Uh, I use Balthazar Gold, this bronze-ish GW color for that, and after that I dry brush some metallics on those and the gun to have the gun look used. Oh, that's not good. Well, I guess it's very used. It's a bit dirty. I use the Volcanite Disintegrator because it looks more gunny. Technically, obviously, I'd want, if I was going all in Terran Marine, I'd want some sort of out of pattern bolt gun, but close enough. And it looks cool. They work like that. Then finally for the helmet thingy, obviously that's what really makes them look Terran. Not having the detail work, just having it all silver, not silver. I'm sorry, all gold. I use this glorious gold to make it look like the glorious Terran Marines for these. Obviously, no shading there, just on because it's supposed to have as little death as possible, because it's supposed to be looked like the astronaut plate, and not like the detail from the how you're supposed to paint it. And yeah, I think that's basically it. I do some more details afterward, like the silver, not this, I'm sorry, the bronze part on the guns. I use the same Balthazar Gold there, and I do my base. I actually, that's kind of funny, I use this Scorpio Green, also Vallejo game color, for the rim, so it looks like you have the unit selected in StarCraft to go all in on that vibe. And yeah, I also varnish them with satin varnish, so it doesn't look, which is just the right pop to make it not look like super shiny, but also to have it a bit more shiny to it's also protective, but it just makes it all. I think it really works well for the kind of shiny here, where it's like kind of shiny, but also kind of rugged looking. It's hard to describe, but it works well. Plus, it means they don't break down. For this guy, for the Kâhl, I obviously had some more detail work. The Kâhl, or the usual, the small ones. I think he's technically in between both of those, but for me he's more like the small ones because he's got the orange under it, the jumpsuit kind of stuff. Which, I mean, I've got this like this orange fire from Vallejo, which I thought they're dwarfs, they're minors, so the undersuit stuff, the texture, I gotta do it like an industrial, like an high visibility vest kind of look, like a workman's jumpsuit, or workwoman's anyway. And I think that makes it really pop out, really makes the armor pop, and just looks good. It's also kind of funny because it means it looks like both of the stock GW Votann Paintjobs, Trans-Hyperion Alliance, and what's the other one? Great Assyrian League, I think. One of them has a similar blue armor, the other has a similar orange, and it kind of looks like them combined, which is not really intentional, but just kind of funny. And finally, for the back part here, the cape or cloak, I made it more leathery, as you can see. What I do for there is I think I did a bit of a Zenithal thing with pale sand over my orange fire base paint job here, and then I put on by hand hard leather army paint or speed paint. Really like this paint. I do turn-ins with it. It's just good, and yeah, and obviously had to have it dry. And then I dry brushed it a bit with GW Mornfang Brown. I really like dry brushing on the leather. It's this really nice effect. I think it's not that easy to see on camera, also because I'm failing to focus. But yeah, that's how it looks. I'm also working on one of the trench coat ones. I'm trying to do a similar thing, but I'm not quite decided. I don't think it works out like this. I think it's too just uniform brown. So I have to think of something else there. But that's how I did them. And sorry, actually, there is one more step there. Obviously, he's got more gold and a bit more detailed gold. I really like the helmet. It's weird. I think it's supposed to be a helmet, but it's gotta be a bit tight. And I guess he's got the crest and stuff, so he is protected. But also, you're the big leader guy. You got a giant crest on there. You're standing on a tactical rock. I personally, especially as a pragmatic space dwarf, would want to be a bit more protected. But you know, you do you, Mr. Kâhl. And yeah, for that I also did the base glorious gold, and then I also put on some Raglan Flash Shade, which is also the one I use on the orange jumpsuit to make it's good because it shades it and also makes it pop a bit more because it's more red than brown. So it looks dirty, but it also looks a bit more bright, more fiery, and it's great for that. It's obviously it's supposed to be look more not literally high vis. It's supposed to be more look. If they're stuck in the mines and the lust, they're supposed to be final, but it's not supposed to be like bright all the time. It's just supposed to be. I guess actually with these orange rocks, it's more camo than surrounding. But you get what I'm trying to say, I hope. But yeah, and then and for the gold part anyway, I shaded them with my boring acrylic shade, and then I just dry brushed them with this brass cheap air travel. I haven't really used this for real painting. I think it's kind of crap from what I've heard and tried, but it's weirdly good for dry brushing. I guess it's also a weird pot form that's good for dry brushing. It's also what I use this silver one for the metal dry brushing. So after I shaded it obviously I dry brush it again, because that's what you do to make it all shiny. And yeah, that's my my recipe, step by step, how I made these Starcraft style League of Votann minis. I'm very much looking forward to painting the rest of them. It's very fun, especially the big ones, because they obviously it's a very quick paint job. The smaller ones, it's a bit of a pain. I don't know how the exact method yet. I think maybe I'll do some dry brush, airbrush detail work, because obviously you do want the orange base coat because it's got the worst coverage, but also the metal stuff. That's also a bit of a pain to do, so maybe I'll do it like that. Or I'll just bite the bullet and do the metal and do the orange base by airbrush and then do the metal by hand and then the rest. But it's it's a bit tight sometimes. They've got all these annoying details compared to the bigger one. Actually, I mean, I guess they also got details, but these are just also the same material. It's like metal parts that are supposed to be metal, so they're easy to do. You can just dry brush them. But here it's like this weird elbow protector on the suit, which you can do whatever color you want, but it looks weird when you don't do it. They also got the same one on the knee protector, which I like how they look more like they're like supposed to be knee protected for when you're digging around in the dirt. The workman like look. They got the pickaxe here going all rock and stone, and I do like the look, but it's also a bit more of a pain to work from the extra details. But yeah, and I'm gonna of course report back when I've got a scheme for these, and there were also these, the other ones. I also got this for the real minor ones, the half naked what are they called? The Suttonian Berserks, whatever. Weird GW name again. I've got an idea for them. I'll probably show them off when I'm done. But I've got the standard ones to do. I've got a whole squad of these, not quite painted up. That one's painting, and yeah. I hope you had fun seeing how I paint them. I really like how they turned out. I really love the Kâhl. He looks very good. He looks very. It just works. It's a fun way to do it. I've got some more of them to do at some later point, so I'm looking forward to it. Also, they are a bit monopose, so I gotta see how I make them not look all the same. That's gonna be a bit of a pain. But they're not that big a priority anyway, because I think his rules are like okay, not crazy bad, but not that good either. So and I mean, I really want my Starcraft style guys first, so that's what I'm gonna work at first of all, and obviously finish up these just so I got that recipe figured out, because you can't be painting an army without having figured out how to do their basic troops. Even if it's kind of a funny pain. I mean, obviously, like some of these have extra details because I'm using one of them, the Kill Team Salvager kit, the upgrade one, so they're a bit more painful than usual. But like, still, it's kind of funny that I've got this really speedy, nice paint job for the Hearthguard, the big ones, the Terminator equivalents, and then the small ones. I'm like, oh, it's so many details, so much work. How do I do it? But they do look neat. I think I did. I think I didn't quite get the pop here for the armor on this one anyway. It's hard, as I said, because it's transparent, but still you can cover up too much that you still see like some of the tone below, but that it looks more like turquoise on its own rather than a metallic one, and that's what I did here, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that's my paint job. I guess do the YouTube thing. Subscribe, like, send me $1 million in unnumbered notes, or you'll never see your planet again. I will send your homeworld's coordinates and all its mineral resources to the leaks of Votann, and they will mine it out, and they probably will offer you a deal, and your leaders will refuse it, and you will horribly die by mining exhaust. So, yeah, you know what you gotta do, because, or else, dot, dot, dot.